Welcome to Teaching Singing, Observation, and Practice. I'm Hal Thomas. It's time to talk about working with lyrics. Song is the only type of music that incorporates elements of actual language more than 99% of the time. That's a statistic I just made up, but I bet a gold mine it's accurate. There are famous works sung only on vowels. The Rachmaninoff Vocalese, the Villalobos-Bachianis Brazilius No. 5, and a few others. And my apologies if I mispronounced Bachianis Brazilius. My Portuguese is a bit rusty. Generally, most of the songs you'll have your students working on will contain lyrics. And there's a fundamental difference between instrumental and vocal music. And it's not that you can sing a song in English and a trumpet can only play the tune. The difference is in how the melody is articulated. Staccato, legato, spiccato, pizzicato, sharp or soft tonguing in wind instruments, slurs, and so forth are instrumental articulations. Of course, singers use some of those instrumental articulations as well, but they must also articulate the sounds of a language. Consonants, b, d, z, v, m, and vowel sounds. A, E, I, O, U, I, and a few others that are probably Hindi, Sri Lankan, or Welsh. Another difference between vocal and instrumental music is this. Problem areas in learning an instrumental piece can often be solved by correcting any rhythmic concerns. Get the rhythm fixed and a lot of the other klutz areas start fixing themselves. But teachers and their singers must look for the language causes of a musical problem as well as any rhythmic ones. Got that? A language problem can be a musical problem and/or a strictly articulatory, yes, that's a real word, I looked it up, or poetic problem. And a language problem can be linked to a rhythmic concern, which not only involves the concept and performance of duration values, but their practical adjustment to the mechanical demands of articulation. How's that for convoluted expression? Perhaps I should write a textbook. I can be boring. I'm sure you've read something like what I just said in some of the textbooks you've already paid an exorbitant amount of money to purchase. So I'll try that again. Speaking of language, in plain English this time. The solution will be contained in the problem, and you will find ways within the language and musical material of that problem to solve it. Enough theory. Here's something you can do. The first thing you can do, in the words of the old dime novels and grade B Western movies, is to head 'em off at the pass. In the vocalese portion of your lesson, make certain you include articulation exercises, linking both Italian and English vowel sounds to voiced consonants. Here's some examples. Okay, we're going to do this on new. Nay. Here we go. Very good. La. La 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 la. And one of these. Lu. And make sure you keep your mouth open even though the vowel's small. Za. Last one. Za 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 za. I lied. Though. Exercises like those build awareness of language sounds that unconsciously link with the execution and control of those sounds in musical ways. More specifically, in relation to pitch and tempo. I instruct my singers to change the voice consonant and vowel combination about every 2 or 3 repetitions of the pattern. Thus, theoretically, after a week's practice, they will have sung each combination on every pitch in their voices. This daily work on articulation drills is preventative medicine, heading them off at the pass, for language issues in specific songs that may appear in the future. We'll be discussing those issues in the next episode, but in the meantime, think about English. In the number You Did It in My Fair Lady, a character, playing a famous linguist, decrees that whereas others are instructed in their native language, English people aren't. This amusing insult, with quite a bit of truth contained therein, can apply to all English-speaking countries. Earlier in the show, the lead character, Professor Higgins, says about English, in America they haven't used it for years. English, for me and others born to it, is the mother tongue, the Mamalotion. For many non-English speaking singers struggling to learn a song in our language, it becomes the smother tongue. When we learn a language other than our own, we take great care to produce the sounds of that language correctly. At least we should. But with our native language, we get sloppy because it's so second nature to us. G? Sit down. Seconds? Is cafeteria English for did you eat, sit down, and seconds? Our speech engines don't hit on all cylinders all the time. This video was just for outlining some of the general concerns. In part 2, we'll discuss various solutions to those concerns. Thanks for joining me in this series, and feel free to subscribe if you're enjoying it, or finding it helpful, or if the things I say propel you into a self-cleansing righteous rage. Thanks again.